And then
Actually, we met an awful long time ago through the Fitness Connection.
oh, the Fitness Connection way back then with Dr.
Crawford.
Crawford.
Kimberly Crawford.
Kimberly Crawford, yes. She used to be the voice, I think, of NBC. She was, and when she was very young, she was, what do you call it, the on the TV host of health or law factors. I don't know what she did, but whatever.
I did massage therapy assisting with her physical rehab clients back then.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, great. Now Kelly is really cool. I mean, here she is, your mom, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Married,
Yes.
and you're very
My
calm.
son's 19.
Uh-huh.
My husband and I have been together for 25 years.
Congratulations.
Scary.
And one thing about you is you're never uptight. She's just so easygoing.
That's nice.
And here you got a guy like me that's all puffed up and excited and there are talkers and then there are walkers. Well, she's a walker. So she's telling me recently she comes up with these inventions. She invented a pillow. She's got another invention, which we won't talk about, that she's working on right now. But she patented and licensed this invention. And what is it that's right in front of us? Because I know these ladies are going to be interested in this.
It's called the Universal Stir-Through Pot Lid. Chef's Planet licensed it from me.
Could you open that up and pass it around
Sure.
so the ladies can see it, so
Sure.
they can comment on it? Now, you came up with this idea, and then you said, I said, well, how did you get this done? And you said a particular book really walked you through the steps. What's the title of that book?
One Simple Idea. It's written by Stephen Key.
What's the name?
I think he's in
K-E-N?
California. I'm not exactly sure.
How do you spell his last name?
Key.
K-E-Y.
K-E-Y.
Oh, okay.
Just like the door
Stephen
key.
Key.
Yeah. I've only gotten the pleasure to meet him once, but he's a
got to meet
wonderful
him?
man. Yes. Mhm.
Great.
Yeah, he goes around the world talking to different inventors at different invention conventions. If that isn't a tongue twister, I don't know what is.
Invention conventions.
Yeah, a lot of inventors out there, and they get together and talk about their inventions and what they're doing with them and how they're getting along and what experiences they've had with them. And I really had no idea until I had found this North Florida conventions meeting in Jacksonville.
Okay.
And he was
For
speaking,
inventors.
Yes, and he was speaking there, and I told my husband, I have to go. I just have to go.
Had
I
you
have
already
to
read the
meet
book
this
at that
man.
point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it's the only self-help book that I've ever read in my life that actually puts useful information in them. Most of the self-help books I've ever read, and I've read a ton of them, will tell you things like wake up early in the morning, get going, do your exercises early, tell yourself your affirmations in the mirror.
Yeah.
Wear bold colors so that you feel good and comfortable and confident. And all that's wonderful. It's great.
Yeah.
It's good information. There's nothing wrong with it. But it doesn't help you put any money in your pocket.
Yeah, foundational. It does, but I understand exactly what you're saying because we all need the encouragement. We all need that positive thinking. But it's just like persistence alone is what's it? Calvin Coolidge said. Let's see. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. The world is filled with educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. And you need somebody who says this is what you do. Now,
Yeah.
how did you find this book?
Yeah, you have to have help if you don't know how to do
Yeah.
something. You've got to find help somewhere.
Take it to marketplace.
And, to have some guy tell you to wake up early in the morning and do your exercises early so you have all this energy to use during the day is wonderful. But in the long run, that's really not going to do much for
the
you.
title of the book is
One Simple Idea.
One Simple Idea.
Yes.
His name is Key. Stephen
Key.
Okay.
Mhm.
I've got to get this book.
It's a wonderful book. It actually outlines what you need to do, how you need to do it, who to contact.
Okay.
And
What did you do? Now here's right in front of us is just like the things they had in Star Trek. I've had experts on my show that everything that was featured on Star Trek has now come to pass, except you can't beam us up yet. But they have the flip phone, but all the other
that'd be
inventions.
fun.
Now, you have this new. Where did this idea come from?
Oh, believe it or not, I was canning up some jams and jellies for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I of course, you have to get jam and jelly to a rolling boil. It has to really boil hard in order to, what do they call it? Reduce it down? Reduce the fruit down? Yeah. And so I get it to a rolling boil. It's going good. And then it starts like popping mad. I've just got jam and jelly going everywhere in my kitchen. My shirt is now ruined. The countertop is blue or red or looks like the American flag. Yeah. My kitchen is a mess. So, of course, the mother of inventions is finding a problem and fixing it. Yeah. And the first thing I could think of was like, oh my Lord, this is disaster. How do I fix this? What can I do about it? So that's what came to my head, and I started putting a prototype together. I actually paid a company to do a virtual prototype, is what it's called.
Now, did he tell you to do that in that book? Is that how you found that?
No, actually, I hadn't run across this book at this point. And
but you had the sense to do a prototype.
They'd already charged me like $400 to do this virtual prototype.
Which is too much?
I don't know. Oh, okay. I don't know enough about...
You sort of said that with a little bit of disgust in your tone.
Well, it was a lot of money for me.
Yeah.
This is my first idea. I don't have any money coming in yet.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to negotiate for an advance with this. And he does talk about negotiating for an advance in the book.
Next time you will.
I suppose not all companies will do that.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine it has a lot to do with the company that you're dealing with and what kind of an idea it is.
What's the most important thing you learn from one simple idea?
Oh, I don't know. There's like so much in the book.
Okay, maybe the licensing business. So now, what you did
it was a learning process from the beginning.
You're a wife, and most importantly for people on the outside world, you're a massage therapist. You're doing this as your full time, so you don't have the time to make this up. So you found a company. So did they get the licensing, or did you first of all somehow protect yourself, and then you gave it to the company, and they made the prototype, and now they've made this, and now it's going to be for sale. Where is this going to be for sale?
Right now, it just came out, like the end of last month. It's only been on the market.
Isn't that great, ladies?
For a month.
It is great.
I'm so impressed.
It's a really nice product.
Just because you did it, you're a winner. I don't care if you sell. Well, you're going to sell one because I'm buying one. But if you didn't sell any, just the fact you followed through on it, you have my admiration. I want you to know that.
Well, you wouldn't believe everybody has at least one idea. Almost everybody. Or at least they should. Yeah. The problem is
I have an idea. I'd like to win the lottery.
Most people won't go through with it.
Yes.
They won't follow the steps and do what needs to be done to get it out there.
Yeah.
I just personally, I felt like this was really not a choice. I just kind of had to do it. I'm not going to be able to retire off what I make as a massage therapist. I love what I do.